There's a lot of anecdotal advice around on improving your marriage. But if you want something you can really use that will actually make a difference and reignite your marriage, check out the link in the description below.
The question, how do you take the control away from your verbally abusive husband who insults and belittles you? Answer by Denise Lines. It was unintentional. I had to sink or swim. I set aside an evening while he was away, working trip, to think things through. Phoned an old friend who was also a student counselor. He got me thinking more. I do not know how to explain what happened that night or how I got there. I still had the false, pleasing personality forced on me by my narcissistic mother, but I somehow broke out of it then, because it seemed to me, on thinking, that it hadn't got me anywhere, especially in my first marriage. I think my friends thought I was pretty crazy, saying, "Celebrate the birth of the new me at 9 p.m. last night." Lol. I was euphoric, and the new me, really the old me, said things I'd been too scared to say before, or things I didn't care about saying anymore. He came back and was as usual critical and belittling. I don't remember all the specific things I said over the remaining few months of the marriage, but they were along the lines, "You could be right, but it's your problem, not mine." I didn't care anymore. He knew it, and he fell apart before my eyes. Totally bizarre attention-getting stuff. And this one incident, he was a freak, I think at least partly OCD, about neatness and doing things in certain orders and never spilling things and never opening anything liquid anywhere but over the sink. His parents came to lunch and he opened the red wine at the table, went to pour it into a decanter, and for a couple of seconds, poured a steady stream onto the white tablecloth. He was as shocked as everyone else. That small incident pretty much silenced his parents for the rest of lunch. They kept looking at me. I didn't say anything. We visited elderly cousins of his. I sat there and didn't say anything, not trying to please like I always did, and silence fell and the cousins stared at me. I just felt confident who I was, now. And they all hadn't seen it before. He couldn't please me enough once he knew it was real and lasting, though he did some pretty horrible things over the early period of knowing I changed, like doing nothing whatsoever about my birthday, not even a card. Just about weeping with apologies later when I didn't care and went off to enjoy my birthday with friends instead. But I'd had enough of that shit by then, and the marriage was over. Answer by Andrea Martin. You're not going to change him. The only way to stop him from abusing you is to give him no access to you. If you feel there is hope, start going to a marriage counselor and invite him to go with you. If he doesn't, talk to the counselor about what is going on so you can get some ideas about how to improve your life. He'll know you're serious about making things better, and he might come. But you can't make not being abused dependent on him choosing not to abuse you. You have to recognize that not being abused ultimately has to be about you choosing it. I know that's easier said than done, but ultimately it's the truth. If you don't have money or insurance to pay for the counseling, or even if you do, consider calling the National Domestic Abuse Hotline for advice and local resources. Call multiple times to get different people and get some ideas about how to make your life better. Answer by Jennifer Coldstream. You can't tolerate that kind of behavior from a husband. You need to instill some respect in him. Fit him with an electric chastity tube, administer a hard paddling, and lock the toilet for at least 48 hours. Toilet denial.